I love how like if you didn't have that picture in the corner, we would look like we're in like prison cells.
No, honestly, I had to shift it to kind of give it a little, because I don't know what you got going there. You're just giving me a little light, the
Yeah,
light flicker thing.
I got just heaven glowing on us. Just
Yeah,
the light of God, just the challenge gods. They're shining their light upon us.
shining upon, yeah,
Mhm. Yeah,
which is
TJ
good.
TJ Lavin's in the other room making sure it happens. You know what
That
I'm saying?
everything is good, the sound is good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Making sure you don't spoil the show. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he'll
got
come
it.
in
I
for a
got you.
guest appearance, but you'll just have to wait and take my word on that.
Okay, that's a good word.
All right. But yeah, challenge USA. It says the MTV's the challenge on like their logo, but
Yeah.
they're not on MTV. I don't know what the hell's happening. And that's part of the reason why I've been like hibernating and taking this hiatus is because I have no idea what's happening. But pleasantly surprised. Let me introduce ourselves. I am Tom, challenge one half of Challenge Express. Chew. Just one chew because it's only one half.
Oh, so yeah.
No, you're Challenge Express. Choo choo. And we got Daniel from Challenge Centric, the interview machine. How you doing, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm good, man. You got me up at 10:30 in the morning, but everything cool. But I got to help my boy out with his recap. So, and we haven't been seeing much content from you. I can put you on blast on your own channel right now. And you need some content. So who better to have me on? So let's start straight into it. Thanks for having me.
Amen. Let's go. Let's get right into it. So yeah, the Challenge USA episode 1 and 2 aired already. So we're just gonna recap both of them. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into episode 1. How'd you feel about this season when you heard about it? And like even before you watched the first episode, what were your hopes going into it? Any predictions?
First of all, when I heard there was another challenge happening, I was like, okay, flagship show. But then, reading on Twitter and stuff like that, people were saying that, oh, these are gonna be like new people coming into the mix. And I'm like, how we challenge fans, especially the season fans, feel about a lot of new people coming into the show. Is like, bruh, like it's unfamiliar territory. So coming in, I was like, I don't know if I could be on this run. I don't know if I could be down for this. But when I clicked episode 1, I was like, okay, because I never watched Big Brother in my life. Never watched Survivor. I know you watched Survivor.
Yeah.
The only show that I watched was Amazing Race. And quite frankly, the only person I knew from this season was Leo, because I love Leo and Jamal from Amazing Race. They were cousins. They competed. That's how I knew Natalie too, before she came on the challenge,
right?
Because of Amazing Race.
I guess she was on Amazing Race before Survivor then, right?
Yes, she was.
Yeah. Damn, she's just running the reality shows here.
Bang. So that's how I knew her. So it was good to see Leo again. Him and his cousins, they were little, masterminds themselves, but they came forth, they didn't win. But
they won their
I'm
season?
glad to see. No, they didn't. They came fourth. They came fourth in the original season, then they came fourth in the All-Star season, which was the season after the original season, well, premiere season. And then they did, I think, Amazing Race 31. But I don't think I watched that. But I think currently they're up to like 32 or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah, Leo was the only person that I knew from this season.
Wow.
But yeah, like you said, to answer your question, coming into it, I was I'm hesitant.
Bit skeptical. I hear you. I was as well. I thought it was more of a spin-off when I originally heard about it. So I'm like, all right, Champs vs. Pros or something like that. And I mean, I like Champs vs. Pros, don't get me wrong, but it's not the real challenge, of course. So, I mean, going into it, I had my expectations low, but I am loving it so far. I'm a big Survivor fan from like the beginning. I haven't seen like the last 5 or so seasons. I don't plan on watching them anymore. I feel like people just go on there to get clout, almost like the challenge nowadays. But I don't know. I feel like It's a little different with Survivor, but anyway, I mean, Tyson was my all-time favorite Survivor player. So when I saw he was going to be on this, that was an excuse enough to watch it and like, root for him. And
And
spoiler
he's doing
alert,
good.
spoiler alert, this dude is fucking crushing it. I did not expect him to crush it so hard at his age. And like, but hey man, he works hard in his daily real life. So kudos to him. Seeing him win is like seeing CT win for me. Like that's what it is for me.
I could see that he's gonna be one of the biggest threats in the house.
Yeah, he already is.
Off bot.
Yeah.
Off bot.
Yep.
But we'll get into it though.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, all rookies. TJ walks into the house episode 1, in front of all these rookies, which, if you say that, I'm just like, lame. But I don't know. This season's kind of got an aura to it that I'm vibing with. So I'm down for it. 500K is on the line, similar to the All-Star season, which is also on Paramount. So it's a Paramount budget. Challenge bank accounts are back since when was the last time? Vendettas, which they didn't even really matter in Vendettas. Like there was it was like such an afterthought in Vendettas. So seems like it'll be more important this season.
Well, we'll see how that plays out.
Huh?
I said we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah. Everyone starts off with 1,000. You need 5K to be eligible to run the final. Okay, that's new. I like that. 2 ways to earn money. The only 2 ways in the challenge, that you could think of are the ways: win a challenge or win an elimination. So that's cool. They're also playing for a spot, which I don't care about. I get right now, at least, a spot in like a global tournament, challenge tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that entails, but that's the only thing we heard of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, looks like 10K for a daily win split between the pairs. It's a pair season. It's an individual. It's like an individual pseudo season. Everyone's, kind of working for themselves, but each daily challenge and elimination is with a pair.
Yeah.
And it's co-ed, which it seems to be working so far, but we'll see. I mean, I haven't been the biggest fan of co-ed pairs in the past, but if they know how to implement it.
Like Battle of the Axes.
Yeah, exactly. If they know how to implement it, then they could work, because Battle of the X's 1 and 2 were great seasons. So, but then you look at like Final Reckoning and it was a mess, even though it was like co-ed, same sex, but don't get me started on that season.
Yeah, it was garbage.
Yeah. Controversy for the season. I mean, obviously we are not familiar with these shows. I've only watched Survivor. I saw the first season of Amazing Race. Literally, that's it. And I loved it, but I never watched anymore. Love Island, I'm not watching that. And Big Brother, I haven't seen an episode of that either. So controversy, you got the Cookout apparently, which is like an alliance between Kylan, Xavier, Tiffany, and Azah from Big Brother. You got Cache and Cinco in the same house, which they are newly exes. And then Amazing Race trio and how they can, use their small numbers for leverage in this game. Because it really, from what we have seen, it's really splitting into Survivor versus Big Brother versus Amazing Race versus not really Love Island. They cannot stick together at all, but we'll get to that. And then we got, the classic storyline of that small blonde girl stereotype. Everyone looks at me like I'm weak, but I'm going to prove them wrong. Shannon from Love Island or something. So you always need one of those on a reality TV show.
The Siobhan.
Yeah. Going into the daily challenge, I guess you don't have anything on your mind before the daily challenge?
Pardon?
Do you have anything to say before we get into the first daily challenge of the season?
I mean, the only thing that kind of stuck in my head was the whole Cookout thing which you were talking about. And I was like, okay, this seems like an alliance that could potentially hold some sort of weight, but how things were, it worked in that Big Brother season, but coming into the challenge house is something different.
Yeah.
And clearly we saw that kind of crumble a bit in episode 2.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, going into the daily challenge, it's called Down to Do Math. Very reminiscent of one challenge from Final Reckoning where they had to like scale down a building and do a puzzle. This time they're scaling down a building and doing math equations, which is cool. I'm really getting the challenge vibe from this season, and that's what I'm searching for. And also
Yeah, so yeah,
what I love is the losing pair in the daily challenge goes straight to elimination. I love that format.
Sam.
Yeah.
Because it's like you suck, you suck. You need to go in. Like it
Yeah.
ain't no, oh, let's just the winner will be safe from elimination. Then everybody just be like, all right,
Yep.
so and so win. If you win, I'd be like, all right, that's my boy. He got me straight. And then it's like it takes away from the competitive edge to
Yeah.
actually perform well. Because anybody won't go into elimination.
Right. As much as I love house deliberations, I think I'd
I could do
rather
without.
I'd rather it this way because house deliberations most of the time are nonsense. We know what's going to happen, and it's like a huge waste of time in the episode. So
Yep.
I like this. Yeah, playing in pairs, co-ed, losing pair goes straight in. Two teams at a time start on a roof of a 22-story building. They rappel down, solving math equations. Place answer in an answer key. They get 3 chances. If wrong, they have to climb all the way back up that building, which I thought was a cool twist. I wish we saw more teams fail. So we saw who the capabilities of some of these cast members. But
You know
everyone,
what?
huh?
I was actually impressed with
Yeah, I was about to say
everybody,
that.
honestly, because I was like, okay, these like new kids on the block,
Yeah.
like everybody could just, drop the ball and they probably got to beat out all day because they haven't done something like this. But I think I was really surprised. I was like, wow, like these new people really coming into the mix and actually doing the damn thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I feel as if this grouping is much smarter than the flagship show.
I was about to
Like,
say,
let's
if
just
this was
say,
the flagship show, I guarantee we would have seen at least 3 teams have to run back
yeah,
up.
like people can't do
Like
math, like
Nelson,
simple puzzles, like
Nelson's not
you
getting
know,
this,
like
Nelson
come
can't.
respect,
Maybe if he was
respect
adding
Nelson,
like
man.
a long square and a round square together or something like that, or a long
Yeah,
triangle and a
yeah,
square.
I absolutely love Nelson, but yeah,
Yeah.
Nelson wasn't doing that. Yeah,
Yeah.
whoever his
Even,
partner was would have to carry that.
yeah. So yeah, crazy impressed with all these teams. Yeah, Kylan and Aza are the only team that failed. They had to run all the way back up. So, automatically they're going into elimination. But some other things that happened, Leo, your guy, has a cat named Leo.
It's
That's
very Leo of him.
that's weird.
It's very Leo of
Hey
him, though.
Tom, get over here. I can't imagine. Hey Tom, even though cats
What
don't
would
answer
be
to their
extra?
names, but
What would be more weird? I know you don't be into like astrology and stuff like that. If he actually is a Leo, I need to search that out because that would be hilarious, though. But
Leo the
Leos would do
Leo.
something like that, though.
Leo the Leo with a cat named Leo. That's like a
Leo,
story. That's like a children's book.
Bing. Yeah, that's like Dr. Seuss, like mixed with some.
Yeah. Tyson and Angela Win. I was like genuinely ecstatic when Tyson won. Like I said, seeing him win is like seeing CT win for me. So I was pumped when I saw them win. But yeah, not much else went on during the daily challenge because everyone did so well. So that's Tyson and Angela Win. Angela from Big Brother, she seems like she's gonna be a force. This girl, what'd she say? She was like a professional. I hate how the pole dancer or something like that. What did she say she was? I don't mean it like that, but I mean that takes a lot of the strength.
Yeah, like them
But
legs they gotta be tight.
yeah, I forgot the other 2 things she was known for, but she's super athletic. I'll just say that.
Yeah, let's leave it at that.
And smart. She seems like a cool-headed person, buddying up with Tyson right away. That's a smart move. Tyson has a lot of knowledge in reality TV history and knows how to manipulate, knows how to lie and isn't ashamed of it, and and does it the right way. I feel like even when he lies to people, it's like, he got me, rather than like that motherfucker lied to me. Like we haven't seen yet, at least.
Yeah, that'd probably be you.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Because I would
Yeah,
have like,
then
bro,
then
30
we have
minutes
to
ago you
like,
told me I was good.
yeah, and then we got the fight in front of the house.
Nah, Tyson would whip my ass.
And I'll give him me.
Oh, with you, yeah, no, yeah, I'd whoop your ass. But yeah, nah, I'd be evenly matched. I'm respectful.
Sure.
Deliberation between, so like we've seen 2 deliberations so far, and it's between the winning team and the losing team. I don't think that'll stick because so far, yes, the winning team and losing teams have been on like common ground or friendly, but I could imagine later in the game where it's like the winning team, hates the losing team. And it's like, what's the point of them being in a room deliberating something if the winning team's not going to listen to the losing team? But we'll see how that plays out. I like how it's short and sweet. Like I said before, deliberations can, waste a lot of time in episodes.
Exactly.
Like I remember like Final Reckoning where they showed everyone's vote. Oh, that was so annoying. But yeah, briefly we go to the club, and this is why Love Island is here for, like this is where they thrive. This is where they politic. This is their element. But yeah, not much happened in the club other than them dancing all over each other. I guess we're at the elimination already. We should probably go by this quickly anyway because we got 2 episodes to recap. But elimination, Tyson and Angela vote in Selly and Giovanni. I don't care for either of those people. And it was
Giovanni seemed lighthearted.
Yeah.
I guess.
Cool guy.
It's
Maybe
like not like a Isaac, but kind of similar
vibe,
I guess.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. Yeah, so it's Selly and Giovanni against Kyland and Aza. Forgive us if we like butcher some of these names or forget.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. That dude from Amazing Race, James, I'm really liking him. I'm really liking his capability of like maneuvering these chess pieces, and like saying the right things to the right people at the right time. He knows he's in a position of power with having 3 Amazing Race because you got Love Island with 8 or so people, same with Survivor, same with Big Brother. So this Amazing Race trio really does matter, especially later in the game. If like all of Love Island gets wiped out and it's just like Survivor and Big Brother, like they're going to be fighting for the Amazing Race votes, so
literally. And because we saw how he even because coming to the elimination thinking that, oh yeah, James and his partner going in, and then it's like the what's the top 2 called again?
I don't know, power couple. I'm just gonna call them the power couple.
I don't think a name was given. But
Good.
anyway, the winners of the daily, they called somebody else, and then that's when the cameras was like flashback. This is what James did. I was like, this guy.
And they did that both episodes. They flash back to conversations after the power couple votes.
I like that. Yeah. Just a little also, quick, boom, 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 boom.
Now that you mentioned it, I love the fact that there's no name for these winners, like, because I love saying the winners of the daily or the power couple rather than the double agents, the agency, the tribunal. It's like, oh my God, like cut it out, seriously. But we see a classic right off the bat in elimination. Sorry, I wanted to do cut it out from Full House, but that was too corny, but I did it. So.
Yeah. I just got to come off the club. We ain't doing that.
Yeah.
You're too early for that.
We get a classic elimination right off the bat. Not so fast. We've seen this eliminations tons of times before, right off the bat. In my mind, I'm thinking Darrell versus CT. I'm thinking Bananas and Nani versus Zach and John A. I'm thinking even Battle of the Seasons, the last elimination. It was like Derek and John A.
CT and Darrell
versus Frank and what the fuck's her name? Ashley. CT and Darrell on Invasion of the Champs.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about when they did the whole loop thing. Laurel and Camilla,
exactly. So yeah, we've seen this so many times. I always like seeing it. I think it's a good watch. I think it's entertaining, and I think it's very taxing. And when it's visually taxing, they're got to be exhausted during the elimination. But yeah, It's a classic. The structure is a pyramid. Sometimes it's a dome. After 20 minutes, they have to trade places and untie. 20 minutes is a long time. They have to untie the other persons. Kylan and Azah worked better together, and we're just in better shape. That's really all it came down to.
Yeah. What would your strategy be going into that, though?
I mean, always carry the slack with you. I think I saw Giovanni and Selly just try to run through it and drag the slack through the whole structure, and I think that hurt them. I think that's more tiring. I think every move you want to carry the slack with you. I could be wrong, but it may seem like you're going at a slower pace, but I think it's almost like the turtle and the hare. It's like, just take your time and you'll get through it, rather than the hare. You panic and you don't have as many knots as you expected, running through this thing. So
yeah, I agree with the whole slack thing. And then also I would just keep kind of like what CT did on Invasion. I thought that was very smart. Like, why not just move it all over the place? Keep it in one central place and confuse the hell out of your opponent. Like, wrap that around, have all type of things going on.
I think it's
just focus your energy on like one specific area where they really can't do much.
I think it's you do so much, going around the whole structure. And then when you hear TJ say 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and it's like, bro, I got all this slack still. I got to do something with it. Let me tie it in a fucking huge knot in the middle, because that's the first thing they're going to have to do. Just jump in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And then they got to, when they reverse places, and then they got to run around the whole structure. So yeah, I think that's really smart. I think at least in the last 5 minutes, or even 10 minutes, you want to create a huge knot in the middle with all of that slack that you have left after you're tired running around the whole structure and climbing up and down it.
Yeah.
Kylan and Azah stay in the game, and we see another twist in the game, which I was skeptical about, but I'm warming up to it. It's the algorithm. How do you feel about the algorithm? Randomly selects your new teammates for every daily and elimination. Can't get the same partner twice until you have been paired with everybody.
I mean, it's bad. I mean, it's better than, I guess, people calling each other out. But then it could also, I don't know, the algorithm could be produce and manipulated too. I don't know why I think with that. I just feel like
we're gonna get to that.
Okay, episode 2, and you got this specific couple as a team. All right, whatever algorithm.
Right. It's TJ's algorithm.
It'd be like, okay, Taylor's winning too much. Let's put him with somebody who's been doing bad. You know? I don't know, but I mean, on paper, it's cool. It seems I guess the most fair thing that they thought about. So we'll see how it goes.
You'd like to believe whenever you hear randomly selected in the challenge, you'd like to believe it's random, but I have a feeling at times it's not. I still think it's random. It's weird how a lot of these new pairs lined up, but we'll get to that in just a moment. End of first episode. Who's your challenge crush, guy and girl?
Because I don't know none of these people. True.
I know. Remember their names first. I like I think I'll you had it. I thought you were gonna
go.
Okay. Don't tell Cinco. Oh, this meeting will end in 10 minutes. We got to go back into it. And is it recording? All right, so we're gonna just have to go back into it and record it, I guess. My challenge crush for the girls, don't tell Cinco, but it's Cash. Cinco's ex.
Okay.
Yeah, she's cute. I like her personality.
Okay. I didn't think you would have vibed with a woman like that.
Or Justine. I like Justine a lot too.
So you like a my color.
I'm just saying. For the guy, I like Cashel's a pretty cool guy. He's got a weird look to him. I don't know. If I had to pick a guy that I had a crush on.
Well, I'll stick with my black brothers. I probably would say, I mean, Kylan did good.
Hmm.
I want to see him do even better. Although him and Aza uh came last in the first um daily, I still was like, all right, cool. He seems smart. Um, he seems like he's ready. He's been training for this. So I expect some good things out of him. So I'd probably say Kylan for right now.
Yeah.
But I do respect uh what's his name? Tyson. I
Yeah.
do
Tyson's
respect
actually
Tyson
my
for
challenge crush. Let's be honest.
coming out the gate swinging. You know, he seems just level-headed right there and just ready to go. I don't think nothing will take him by surprise.
Yeah.
So yeah. But for right now, Kylan, I want to see Kylan do well in the show.
Yeah.
Girls. Girls.
Girls. It's all about the girls. Goddamn girls.
I Angela.
Yeah. She intimidates me.
Angela was pretty fun to watch.
Hmm.
She was pretty fun to watch. I probably would go with Angela.
Okay. All right. That settles it. Episode 2, Lana, we just talked about the algorithm. So we're right back at it. How do you feel about when the algorithm is released? I almost would have preferred at the end of each episode so we can like speculate the whole week and be like, oh, how's this pair going to do? How's this pair going to do? But they do it at the beginning of every episode so far.
Episode 1, the algorithm.
Well, I mean, there was no algorithm because they got to pick their own partners, and then the algorithm was announced at the end of the episode. But like I'm assuming this is how it's going to go. Episode 2 starts, and then they get to see who their partners with.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully it is. Hopefully it isn't like that. Hopefully that was just a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, I think it would be cool to just have the algorithm at the end of the episode, and then, like you say, you have all week to be like, oh yeah, like
Yeah.
how will this person fare with this person, X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, we see the algorithm in the beginning of episode 2. Some notable new pairs. Kayla and James, both from Amazing Race. That's unlucky. Cache, and I guess I'm gonna call her Cash. Everyone's calling her Cash.
Mm-hmm.
Cash and Cinco. That makes you think a little bit. Like, is this really random? Because that's pretty wild.
CNC, Challenge Centric,
Hey,
Cash and Cinco.
hey. Challenge Express, choo choo. Hey,
No, that's
hey.
CE.
I don't care. Hey. All right. Tyson and Justine also, makes you question yourself a little bit because Tyson literally just sent home Justine's best friend.
Exactly.
Like what?
So at least he knows that he's good.
Dude, yeah, that's
perfect.
What's it called? Relationship constructing after that.
Yeah.
Better word
Friends
for it.
close, enemies closer.
Yeah, it's like you fix that right away. Don't let that like hatred of Justine for Tyson simmer. Oh, your partners, all right, we got to squash it if we want to win. And they squashed it. And spoiler alert, they won. But we're not there yet. Xavier and Aza are paired up, and they're also alliance members from Big Brother, the Cookout. But those were the only notable pairs I had. But yeah, getting into the episode, you would think Tiffany's from Love Island because she's got all these dudes wrapped around her finger. She's playing. I mean, we see how it ends up for her, but I guess she played too hard. She played this game too hard. She made too many enemies unnecessarily.
The game played off. Yeah, the game played off.
Yeah. People don't know when they walk into the challenge what type of game this is.
That's what I'm saying. But then it was even. Did we talk about the daily yet? No.
No, we're about to get
Okay,
there.
so yeah, I'll talk about that
Yeah. The only thing
after
I
we
have to
talk about
say
the daily.
before the daily is we see the Survivor group like grouped up talking about how Tiffany had a showmance, or not a showmance, had a thing with Cinco outside of the show, and not too much about the Cinco Tiffany situation, but Survivor seems like the tightest group. Would you agree?
Sorry about that, Tom.
You saw a ghost?
No, my sister was walking past.
Okay. But I'm just saying, Survivor, out of all the groups, Survivor seems like the tightest knit group.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, Amazing Races are probably close second because there's only three of them.
I feel like they'd sell their souls in a minute though, because they're three. You know, it's just
well,
you know.
who knows? But like they said, they could infiltrate and do whatever.
Yes.
But yeah, I agree. Survivor's the most tight. I think Big Brother, and we saw how that played out based on like flashbacks and stuff like that.
Yep.
People were easily ready to just spew a certain person's name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we got to the daily challenge and it's called Yeah Boy. TJ's hilarious.
First of all, when I heard that, I immediately thought about you.
Why?
I was like, this is because it's just corny. It just was like, I was like, this have Tom written all over it. I was supposed to message you actually. I was like, I can
where's
imagine
Lil
you
Jon?
saying it in your voice, like, bro. I was like,
yeah. I was like, where's Lil Jon at? He should have like sponsored this episode or something. Like, is that copyrighted? Like, can TJ say that? Yeah, boy. Yeah, it's impossible to say yeah, boy, without saying it. Like, boy, yeah, boy, yeah, boy.
That's like you saying. That's like you saying, boy,
Daniel, boy.
Yeah, let me.
boy.
Let me don't take over this challenge. Express channel with.
Calm down. Yeah, with
my Bahamian
accents. We're just going. All right. So the daily, 2 teams at a time. Oh, this daily is also reminiscent of a challenge on Double Agents where they like all spun on that big net with tires and nobody did anything. Remember, there's supposed to be like a King of the Hill type of thing, but all the guys just stood there and did nothing. Where they jumped, over the water,
Because everybody was like scared, right? TJ really roast them for that.
Yeah, and no one wanted to make enemies too. It was so weird. But
TJ roast them for that.
Yeah, he did. So 2 teams at a time rush into the water, climb up a ladder, and jump onto a buoy. Buoys have letters on them. You could collect 5 letters at a time before jumping back into the water, swimming back to the shore, and forming as many words as possible on a board. So basically Scrabble. Team who forms the most words win, get 10K to split between themselves and their bank accounts. And the boys will be spinning the whole time. The boys will be spinning. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Don't come in last because you go straight to elimination. First pair that goes, we got Leo taking his sweet ass time going into the water. Could you believe that when you saw him? He was like taking off his shoes, taking off his socks.
Leo was like, okay, like, let's go. Like, where we from, we don't let shoes touch the water.
Energy high. Transitions are awesome. And I just found out I had a $200 bill from the hospital. Let's go.
Hey.
The challenge.
Woo. We love a $200 bill from the hospital.
Oh, that's easy. That's nothing. I haven't missed 6 days of work because of COVID and vacation and missing 2 more. That's just 1 paycheck. What does 1 paycheck get you? Oh, rent? Oh, it's okay.
Light work.
I have a drug. It's coffee. It'll be fine.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, where were we? Leo is was taking a sweet time getting into the water.
Yeah.
That's not a good look, but I guess they didn't have a chance of winning it anyway. They didn't get many words. But what happened after that? We're back. What's going on?
But yeah, Leo took his sweet time. Like, all right, let me just get this off. Boom. Make sure my pedicure are good.
Yeah.
Before jumping in the water.
He really is a cat. He doesn't like water. He's better on land. So Leo, I do find him funny though. I'm looking forward to seeing
No,
him.
I like Leo from Amazing Race. I like Leo. So hopefully he does well.
Yeah. Another Amazing Race guy that impressed me, and I mentioned him earlier, James. He got onto the freaking buoys the first jump. So I thought everything was, lollipops and sunshine. Is that a saying? I just made it a saying. But I thought everything was good for him, but him and Kayla just could not get back on that buoy. I don't get why they couldn't get one word, because James did get on the buoy and you can collect 5 letters. So I'm assuming something happened. I mean, you can get a word in 5 letters. Maybe they were expecting to get on the buoy more, so they didn't get a word right away. But, another case like the first episode where only one team really shit the bed. So that kind of sucks. I'm waiting for a daily challenge where it's like, who's the loser, instead of like, oh, they clearly lost. But yeah. Some other things that happened, Enzo and Alyssa. Enzo's hilarious. He's like, worst case scenario, we get one word on the board and we're good. I love that Boston accent.
Where are you from? You from Boston or New York?
Was that Boston or is that probably something else? He was like, fuck it.
I know.
One fucking word and we're good, Alyssa from Big Brother, I thought she was gonna be like a layup. She's small in stature, really sweet. Actually, it doesn't even seem like she's sweet because she's talking about like betraying Big Brother alliances and whatnot. But she also seems smart and physically capable as well. So we'll see what she could do. I
would say Big Brother. Yeah, Big Brother people tend to be more calculated.
Yeah. And even more physically capable than like a Love Islander.
Yeah, definitely. Big Brother and Survivor, Love Island.
Yeah.
You can't even see my hand. So
it's low. It's through the floor.
Yeah. It's literally underneath the Earth's
the crust.
core. The crust of the Earth.
Dude, I cannot believe that Cashel put the name Kira on his board. Do you remember that?
No.
He has like a crush on Kira, or they were exes, and Kira's in the house. We haven't seen much from Kira, but I do like her. But he put the letters, he spelled Kira out on the Scrabble board.
Oh, okay.
Like he had to do that for comedic relief, because why else would you fucking do that?
Like who was even checking these words to make sure they're right?
And it's like he fucked up the rest of the words because he was like too close to I don't know, it was a mess. But they ended up doing okay. They got like 5 words or whatever. Cash and
That's
Cinco.
The one who's wear like the nail polish? Yeah,
the nail polish, white dude with the buzz cut. He went home. The guy who went home.
Yes.
Spoiler alert. But what we were all waiting for, Cash and Cinco, their turn. That's like the moment we all wanted to watch. Couples therapy. Cash was afraid to drop in, but Cinco said the magic words of "I need you," and she was just like, Cinco needs me. I could do this.
Like she just was like pouring from beneath. Like she just like, all right, yeah.
And then it's like, good job, Challenge Production, because I think Cash has fallen for Cinco again. It seemed like that because at the exit interview or whatever, she was like, I couldn't do it, but when Cinco said I needed you, it gave me the power. And I feel like there's going to be some drama between the two. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, because I think Cinco probably just in that moment is like, yeah, let me just say what I need to say. But Cash probably just like, oh my gosh,
he needs me. Only me.
Yeah. And it's like, nah, we just need you for this challenge. Like, let's don't get ahead of yourself, sweetie.
Yeah, Cinco's not the type to like, I don't know. I feel like Cinco's gonna be messing around with flirting a lot.
Yeah.
He's a Southern gentleman. I hate when people say that shit.
I'm just
Southern gentleman.
Do you have something against Southern gentlemen?
Yeah, I'm a Southern
Thomas.
gentleman. I'm a real Southern gentleman.
No, you was a highway gentleman.
I wish. I wish I lived in the state of highways still, aka Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Shout outs
Like, what is a
to
Connecticut,
Ricky
bro?
Revolution.
This what we doing?
I was gonna say his real name, but I was like, nah.
No. Because when people come up on this on your channel, they be like, what?
Should we
Is
do the
that
All
me?
Stars recap on your channel?
We should. We should.
Gotta start planning that out.
Let's get it together. Let's actually do that next week, Sunday.
Yeah, let's Sunday.
That's if
All right.
Madonna's off though.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about it after the recap here.
Yeah. Because we like that.
Yeah, we cool like that. We cool like that. We cool.
I actually like this guy.
I actually like this guy. This guy.
Vanilla.
This guy over here, chocolate. This fucking guy. Sorry, he gave me permission to say that. He gave me permission.
Nobody worry about
that. But yeah, we see Tyson and Justine go. The ultimately the winning pair. Tyson came to fucking play. This dude is no joke. And Justine also came to play. She's got a little there's a hidden gamer inside of her. Behind that pretty face. She's an athletic, capable competitor.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. Also,
who plays Mario Kart?
Huh?
Who plays Mario Kart?
Does she?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'll
play.
I just mentioned the game, like, bro, you know.
I like, TJ has those lines once in every while where it's like, damn, TJ really respects that competitor. And when Tyson was fucking going back and forth, you just hear TJ say, "Oh yeah, Tyson, laps." And I don't know, that got me pumped because like when TJ is excited or like impressed by somebody, it's meaningful because he's seen so many people compete over the years. You know what I'm saying?
True.
But yeah, James and Kayla are the obvious pair that's going in. We didn't need, TJ to tell us that. We got the deliberation. We see James again, or we see James, use his political prowess. Prowess.
James.
Amazing Race, dude.
Yeah.
Prowess.
Crafty with his words.
Yeah, like right now I'm not. It's prowess. Prowess.
Yes.
All right.
You actually got your GED, right?
I got it. High school. Yeah, James is smart. Throws Cashel and Tiffany as an option, even though Cashel is Love Island. But like we said before, Love Island is like the most fractured group in the house right now. Off the bat, Cinco was like, I'm out of here. Giovanni went home first. There's that dude named David, I think his name is, who's barely gotten any screen time. I think he's Love Island. And there's just a mess on the guy's side. And then Cashel was, smitten with Tiffany. So Tiffany doing too much, created a target on her back. Even her big brother alumni are, throwing her under the bus.
I was like, ooh, they're going in.
I thought the cookout was going to like turn on Alyssa and Enzo because Alyssa, definitely, I don't know.
They throw her on the grill.
Yeah, bro.
They was like, flames, let's go.
Yeah, bro.
But I think Xavier wanted to show his, like, I guess, loyalty to Alyssa because coming off of the Big Brother alliance based on what they said and the history that they give, without me even watching the show, that obviously the cookout asked her and with the next guy named the Asian, is he Asian?
Oh,
Derek?
no, he's not in the cut.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Derek?
Is it Derek?
I think it's Derek.
Okay, he's not in the cookout.
I think I wrote it down. No, that's what I'm saying. He was not in the cookout, him and Alyssa. But then Alyssa was close with Xavier, and she said that this was her best friend.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Cool. So now in this game, Xavier had to show his loyalty to Alyssa. And she was like, listen, you better not saying my name, and you better like tell Tyson something else,
Mhm.
you know? And the fact that Tiffany had to be the one to,
Yeah.
he had to fall on the sword. So it was like, bro,
I didn't think
okay.
Xavier would throw Tiffany under the bus. I mean, like I
I
said, I've
would,
never seen an episode of Big Brother, but from what we
but
saw,
this is what they do.
yeah, I
They
guess
do this
so,
with
man.
ease.
And yeah, and it goes to
Certain,
show because like during the flagship show where Big Brother was infiltrating into the seasons, everyone's like, you can't
yeah.
trust a Big Brother. You can't trust a Big Brother. And it's looking like that.
It's looking like that. Honestly, it's looking like that. One thing I can say is with most challenge persons from the flagship show, they have a sense of loyalty. Where you have like your Corey Nelsons,
Yeah.
your
Because you do season after season.
although people give Wes flack, I would say Wes is a loyal dude. You
Mhm.
know, he literally, and All Stars 3 showed that, you
Yeah.
know. And I think he went on a little rant some time ago where he was like, name a more loyal
Yeah.
person
Yeah.
than me in the challenge.
Bro,
But I have to give him
fresh
his I
meat
have
too,
to give him
bro.
his credit.
No,
Yeah,
he was like, name a moment where I screwed somebody over. It's like, bro, relax. You screwed people over. Like
no, but to the core, West, I could
yeah,
say that
I
he
understand.
still is a
He's
loyal guy.
loyal to his best
So
friends and not the people
yes,
he
he
just met.
is.
So it's like I
Thing, and
understand that.
that's how it should be.
Yeah, so
Not somebody you just meet like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and that's like, oh, we friends, we best. No, I don't know you. I
yeah.
don't know your middle name. I don't know when you born. Well, Tom don't know my birthday, and we know each other for must see what
Ah,
2+ years. But
birthdays,
anyway, that's neither here nor there.
nor
But what
there.
I'm saying is that, yeah, these Big Brother kids, they just around here, they do anything. They'd say
Yeah.
anything. They'd tell their mommy,
Yeah, it's
throw
crazy.
their mommy under the bus.
Crazy.
So yeah. So we'll see how Alyssa and Xavier best friendship with that whole challenge dynamic would work
Yeah.
out. Because
I feel like that
push
was a
come to
big moment.
shove,
Yeah.
yeah, push come to shove, if a name needs to be called, I feel as if anyone in the
Yeah.
house is up for grabs,
Yeah.
regardless if they have a relationship with this person. That's just
Yeah.
how conniving
Yeah.
they potentially could be.
Yeah. Get to the elimination. We did mention this. I like how they're showing all these sneaky conversations right after the power couple picks their option.
I love what you saying, the power couple.
Yeah, power couple.
Real battle of the axes.
Yeah, so Tyson and Justine end up picking Tiffany and Cashel. So it's Tiffany and Cashel versus James and Kayla.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not thinking this is too smart of a pick by Tyson. I think, oh shoot, like Tiffany and Cashel are about to enter back into this house, and that's gonna be a lot of drama. But
I would have
fucking
loved that.
lucky for them.
I would have
Or
loved
I guess
that.
I overestimated Tiffany's capabilities and underestimated James and Kayla's capabilities. Yes, it wasn't a hand-on-hand physical elimination, but it was a physical elimination in the fact that, they had to do an exercise bike for who knows how long.
This dude won an Amazing Race though. And
Yeah.
if you haven't watched Amazing Race, they go around the world.
Yeah.
Like they're running, they're quick on their feet. They have to be mentally capable of like doing roadblocks and stuff like that. Like there's so much stuff going on in the Amazing Race. So I could, yeah, James, slender, and he just doesn't seem like the type of guy who would be capable of doing well in a competition like this. But yeah, it's so much more than just physicality in the challenge.
Yeah, it's endurance, it's heart, it's a lot. The elimination is called Knowledge is Power. There are 4 stationary bikes connected to a power station. The goal is to light up the power station. Lights will start lighting up. Every 2 lights, 12 symbols will appear, which will need to be memorized and recreated on a board. 3 phases. Pretty straightforward, and I like the elimination idea. I like it. How'd you feel about it when you saw it and you heard about it? Because I mean, there's some eliminations
It's
really hit or miss.
Yeah, but it seemed as if anybody could have won that.
Yeah.
So I was glad to know that they did something like that. Now, if it would have been like a physical elimination, I think it would have been a wrap for James and Sally.
Kayla.
Ooh.
I know. I wrote down like I fucked her name up so many times during this.
Pardon night.
Yeah. Yeah, going into it, I still thought Cashel and Tiffany had a really good chance. Kayla fucked up the first memorization phase, and I thought that was going to set them back a while.
Yeah.
The fact that she fucked that up and they still won is a testament to like their chemistry and them working together, because it really was a two-man job. I mean, we heard so many times from the spectators or the cast spectators, like Cashel is killing it. Cashel is about to break this bike. So It's like, clearly one person cannot win this elimination. Tiffany really must have been struggling.
She looked like she was ponting and she was like,
ugh. Yeah, that's
like,
it's
nah,
unfortunate. It's like, bro, you're riding a bike. Like, honestly, if it was any other elimination, you'd look even worse. So it's like, ugh, not a good look.
Right.
Not a good.
I can see you doing good in that elimination, Tom.
That elimination seems fun. The
that's up your
memorization,
alley.
I still don't know how I would do in like memorizations and puzzles, and I feel like I'm at least capable, but
I still would beat you though.
Nah. Moving on.
Yeah,
because we're not getting into that.
Everybody, I don't want to disrespect the young man on this channel, but
young man,
we'll meet up.
I'm older than you.
We'll meet.
Young man.
We'll meet up. We'll meet up very soon. We'll film a little mini challenge, and then trust me, we'll have it on this channel to show that he lost.
Yes, the proof will be in the pudding. Pudding.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. James and Kayla win, so Amazing Race is still in the game. That would have been really weird. I think that would have been like worst case scenario for like challenge production. They get 3 amazing racers in the house, and by the second episode, 2 of them are gone. That would have been whack. That would have been whack as fuck. But but they're still in the game. And that's the end of the episode. Like I said, I mean, we're getting full episodes, you know, daily challenge elimination, power couple losing team in the daily challenge goes straight to elimination. It's standard challenge format, even more so than the flagship show.
Yep.
So I'm liking it a lot.
I ain't mad.
I ain't mad. Final question I have for you is, who surprised you the most so far? And like, who are you rooting for now? Now that we're 2 episodes in, we've kind of got a bit of a feeling about how capable not everyone, but most people are. So obviously more challenges will be.
Obviously James surprised me the most because I wrote him off episode 1, regardless of him winning the Amazing Race. But because he won the Amazing Race, it dawns on me that, hey, this guy won this for a reason. You know? So I'm like, okay. All right, cool. So yeah, James, because he's lost both of the no. He didn't lose.
Only lost the second one, but he
lost the second one, but he got voted in.
He almost got voted in the first one. Then, but he like talked his way around it, right? Because it was Kylan and Azza versus Giovanni and Selly in the elimination.
So he was literally at the brink of
he's been a big part of each episode.
Yeah, he has been. Yeah. So I am pleased with, I guess, what I'm seeing with him. I'm taking back. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Nobody else kind of stands out to me in terms of like who I thought would have been gone like episode 1 and actually doing, great. Yeah. But like I said, Tyson's gameplay and what he's been doing so far is very impressive. Yeah. So I'm thinking that if people are smart in this game, he has the most cash in his jackpot. You have to get him
big target
in a vulnerable spot, shoot your shot, and make sure you land.
He's got to watch out for these big brother people, because if I am
big brother, I am big brother, I will definitely form a treaty to get that man down there and send him home and take
Dude,
his
I feel like
cash.
Xavier is just this fucking
Yeah,
cold-blooded person, and he's got his eyes set on Tyson's bank account, and he's gonna
yeah,
do
I
everything.
think so too. That would be good. That'd be a nice matchup for Xavier because I think the top dogs really are like Xavier, Tyson.
Cinco.
Cinco looked good.
At least he looks
Cinco looked
good.
good.
We'll see. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, and then I know Kylan might be a little dark horse for me.
Yeah, dark horse because he was just talking about how he, got into the best shape of his life for this show. He seems like
Yeah, I'm rooting for him.
the fan of the show that's
Yeah,
trying his hardest.
I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for
Yeah,
him.
I like
So,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, surprised me the most, honestly, Tyson. Even though I had high hopes going into the season for him, this dude is fucking crushing it. And it's crazy. He's in his 40s. He might be, he upper 40s maybe. I don't even know. He's in his 40s though. I'm excited to see more of Tasha. She's an old school Survivor player who's like 45 as well. She seems to be doing well, but she hasn't gotten like any screen time. I don't think she's got like one confessional.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, at least one. I mean, everyone gets one, right? But my favorites, I'm rooting for Tyson. I like Justine. This was a good episode for Justine. I'm a fan. Who's your favorite from each show? Who's your favorite Big Brother?
Survivor, Love Island, and Amazing Race. You're welcome.
No, I was just going one at a time.
Oh, okay. Favorite from what?
Who's your Big Brother favorite?
Kylan.
Yeah, I think I like Xavier, but I feel
I haven't seen much.
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't seen much from him, but I've just seen him talking and
getting. Yeah, I
like
like Derek. He's obviously like the underdog. High school chess club or whatever he said, but he's a clever person. It seems like he's smart.
He strikes me as like the Mikes, the
Devons,
the Mitches,
yeah,
stuff like that,
yeah,
the brain power and stuff like that. But
and he's like he
I would
has
say Devin.
He has humility. Yeah, maybe not Devin. He has humility. Like he knows he's not the favorite, but he's gonna use that to an advantage, possibly.
Yeah. True.
So who's your favorite Survivor?
Survivor.
I like the Survivor cast. I think I'm going for Survivor at the end of the day, and I think they're in a really good position right now.
Survivor. Should I just ride it out with Donnie? But but no, I mean,
who's Danny?
Donnie's he's the black
the football player,
football guy.
The my wife Kiki.
Yes, the wife.
Dude, that guy says that shit every confessional.
Which makes me believe that his wife really
is like holding like a knife over him when he sleeps or some shit, yeah, bro, like you better bring home this money. Yeah, he seems funny though and cool.
You gotta feed me.
Yeah, I'm going Tyson, obviously.
But yeah, I just was joking. Tyson is the top dog for Survival. Yeah. So yeah, that's my pick.
And he's got a good sense of humor. He's just all around seems like a guy I want to root for.
I mean, y'all have the dry thing going on.
The what?
The dry thing.
The dry?
Yeah, like the dry humor, the dry.
Oh, yeah.
Dryness.
Yeah. I have dry humor. I thought I was corny.
You are corny as well. You're very corny.
All right. Love Island.
Love Island. Well, one of them gone. Well, I already know your favorite.
Well, I'm stuck between Cash and Justine.
Justine is Love Island?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. I have this written now. I don't know if I have a favorite.
Yeah.
I have to scope them out a little bit more.
I'm kind of glad Sally went home. She was annoying.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Yeah. And
And then
then
obviously Amazing Race.
Amazing
Yeah.
Race. We don't have much to choose from, but I think
Yeah.
James. I think I like James the best out of all three of them so far. I like them all,
Wow.
honestly. I think they all have good personalities, but we've seen the most from James, and I don't know, Leo taking off his shoes and socks really lowered the
Took the game
stocks for
for
me.
you. Yeah. But yeah, I'm solely going and saying Leo because I know him.
Yeah.
But I am impressed with what James is doing.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, I don't want to take that away from him. But
Yeah.
I do want to see Leo do well in the competition. If he lays low for a while,
If he Leos, if he lay, there's a joke in there somewhere. There's my corniness. What a day.
anyway, so yeah, if he lays low for a good while, dodges elimination, doesn't get too fussy, and then comes out swinging when he needs to come out, then yeah, and it depends on, I guess, his female partners too.
Yeah.
Those weeks.
Yeah.
So.
I got it. If Leo lays Leo, then he'll be good. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. It's been a hell of a
I don't know
ride.
where he was going with that.
That's it. I'm finished. We're done.
That's a wrap. So
Recap.
now we can talk foolishness now.
We can talk what?
Foolishness.
All right. Thanks for joining. We'll be back after episode 3 sometime. I don't know, but we'll be here. All right. Challenge Express, Challenge Centric, Challenge Centrist out. Peace. Oh man, how do I stop recording? My mic is like literally. I've been slacking. I have had COVID. That's why I'm still recovering my voice. Went on vacation, drank a little too much, got the vid, but I'm almost at 100%. So why not talk
At least you don't have the
about?
whammy.
Huh?
At least you don't have the whammy.
The whammy? That sounds like a dance. Do the whammy. Do the whammy. No? I tried.